Hi. So I just hit 100,000 subscribers, and I just want to thank everyone for supporting me and watching my videos. I really can't believe it actually happened. So I'm just super grateful that you guys are even here.
I feel like all the work that I've been putting in is finally paying off. I've been getting a lot more sponsorships and feeling really inspired. I've been really excited about my business and how much progress I've made, but I got hit with some personal issues. And despite hitting one of my biggest milestones yet, I've been pretty depressed and laying in bed all week.
Today I really need to get up and do some work because tomorrow's my job and I haven't prepared at all for it. I still have packages that I need to ship out, and I really need to clean my room because it's just been like a whole disaster. So I'm gonna try and finish as much as I can for the Painted Ladies collection. It's definitely not going to be as much as I expected because it's going to be whatever I can get done today. I'm going to try and do the packages first and then clean my room so that I can have a clear head for when I'm painting.
I'm currently going through a breakup with my longtime boyfriend, and I really just needed a few days to process. But I've been feeling a lot of anxiety, especially because I have a shop update this weekend, and every moment I'm not being productive, it feels like I'm losing money and opportunities. People assume that there's a lot of flexibility when working for yourself, and to a certain extent it is true, but it's also extremely demanding because there's no one else to rely on. I also work in my very small bedroom, and if I'm not constantly putting things away, it gets super cluttered and there really isn't enough space to work or do anything. Your house is a reflection of your mind, and when it's a mess, it's really your mental state on display. So cleaning my space always helps me think clearly and tackle my projects. I watch a lot of art vlogs on YouTube, and their lifestyle seems so calm, organized, and aesthetic, and I've been trying to emulate that myself, but I'm pretty chaotic and disorganized. I either have bursts of inspiration that keeps me in the zone for hours, or I have a really hard time starting a project. So when I do get those bursts, I try to utilize them as much as possible because I know later on I might not be able to generate anything at all. I usually procrastinate all day, and then I really get to work around 8 p.m. So I'm always rushing to get footage in before sunset, and then I work until 4 a.m. Sometimes it can be a bit isolating, and I wish I had friends to talk to. But despite that, this really is my dream job, and I think the anxiety comes more from the fear that I won't be able to maintain it. So a step I've taken is using Kittl, who's our sponsor for this video. They have a lot of branding and design tools that are really helpful for small businesses. And I actually found a bunch of templates that would help me plan out my week and also organize my orders. I really like to physically write down all of the things I need to do, but a lot of the time my notebook is just very scattered and I have notes everywhere. I picked a template that I thought was cute, and it was actually very easy to customize to my needs. I made a weekly planner and an order sheet, but Kittl has a ton of other templates for social media, ads, and presentations that are crafted by world-class designers. They also use AI tools such as an AI logo generator to create unique assets in a second. So try Kittl for free using my link in the description. I took a shower and I did eat dinner, but it's around 11:40 right now. I'm finally gonna try and start painting. I've just been scraping off some of the old paint that I have. This. I like to use these ceramic tiles because it's really easy to clean. I usually use these blades to scrape them off. This next drop is going to be very small, basically whatever I can get done by tonight. This collection was inspired by a painting I did for fun recently of a naked woman sitting in bed. Someone requested it to be painted onto earrings, and I really love the idea because I've been struggling with my body image for a while now. When I was 100 pounds, people would compliment my body all the time. And in my late 20s, I started gaining a few pounds, and I really didn't change much of my diet or exercise, but suddenly men were so concerned about my health and how much I was working out, what I was eating. But just because some people don't find you attractive doesn't mean there's something wrong with your body. I feel like if anything, I was eating healthier than my skinnier years, and I find it a bit sad how superficial our society is when judging women's appearance. It's also why I don't put beauty filters on my videos. I feel like it makes it a lot harder to recognize what people actually look like. So for these earrings, I wanted to paint women that resembled realistic versions of what my body looks like, with my biggest insecurity being my tummy pouch. I aspire to be confident in my body like the women in my paintings, but it's definitely a work in progress. For materials, I'm using a combination of open acrylics and heavy body acrylics from Golden Paints. I hand sculpt all the frames with polymer clay and then I brush them with a rub and buff to give it like a rustic golden look. It looks a bit like bronze and I actually prefer it over my classic gold plating because it gives it more of a vintage feel. A great thing about using polymer clay for the frames is that they're super light. People get worried when they see the size of my earrings, but they actually weigh lighter than a nickel. Once the paint is dry, I seal them with Crystalx Grand Finale or a polythyrene. It not only protects the paint, but it also livens up the colors and gives it a glossy finish. For my references, I use this website called Line of Action. It's a great free tool for artists to practice figure drawing, and they also have timed sessions, so it kind of feels like you're in a class. For this project, I screenshotted the pictures that I liked because I wanted to do a more in-depth painting. And recently, I've been more abstract with my art. I purposely try to underblend my paint so that I can see some different hues in my strokes. These turned out a lot more realistic than I intended, but I think I really just need to push myself to get out of my comfort zone. I try to make the values for light and dark accurate, but I like to have fun with my colors. I wanted them to be a lot brighter and kind of have a rainbow effect in the skin, but I'm happy with the way that they turned out. They're still very loose, and I like that there's a bit of the underpainting that shows through. So here, I'm finishing the last one at around 4:30 in the morning. I love how these palettes look afterwards, and I think I'm gonna start photographing them because they're so beautiful. So this is restock day, and I left my painted ladies to dry overnight. I'm also doing a pre-sale at the same time as releasing my painted ladies, so I'm just finishing up all those listings. I was cutting it so close trying to get these up in my shop. I had to assemble and then photograph and upload them to my website. It was so stressful that morning because I was just doing a million things at once. I actually ended up releasing them about 30 minutes late, but they did sell out within the first hour, so I was super relieved. This is the final product. I am so proud of myself. I think these look so beautiful. I'll let you guys marvel at them with me. Today I'll be packing up the orders. It's bittersweet to see them go because I love them so much. I'm definitely planning to make another one for myself, but I don't think I'll have the time until like end of December. I wish I could keep more of my work and have a collection of all of my favorite pieces, but it's awesome to know that people actually wear the things that I make. I think it's even better than having it hung up in someone's home because you get to see so many more people when you go out. I know I've kind of complained this whole video, but as an artist, I really couldn't ask for more. Running my business has been so rewarding, but it's also been a lot of pressure, and I think it's important to show the bad days as much as the good because we're all human and nothing is perfect. I'm really happy I was able to pull everything together at the last minute. It feels like a massive weight is off my shoulders. And I'm always so surprised by the positive reception I get. So many of you wrote me really sweet notes with your orders, and I really cherish all of your kind words. You guys have made my dreams come true. I was feeling so bummed earlier this week, but I think when I force myself to work, I actually feel a lot better. I was listening to something today that was talking about how artists are more mentally ill because apparently it attracts people that need more positive reinforcement, and art is a really good way to get that. That's a really simplified version, but you can hear more about it in Fiona Polo's video. It's called Why Are So Many Artists Mentally Ill? She explores if that statement is even true and why it might be, but I guess that's why art therapy is even a thing. It gives me such a sense of accomplishment even if it's just for myself, but of course it's even better if I get it from other people as well. It's definitely given me a lot of confidence and a sense of purpose, and I really appreciate every day that I get to be an artist. Thank you guys so much for watching, and if you have any advice on how to cope with your bad days and having to push through and work when you're feeling down, let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear them.